Can you see it on the TV there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is our I believe our 4th down on the last drive they had. And Kendall Christopher just batted that down. That was a tremendous play. It was a huge play for us.
There's the Mill Valley faithful going crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah.
Yeah, he got the big hand up there. He did a nice job. That was huge. It's always fun to see the kids celebrating after that moment, too. You know, I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah, 3:23. You're feeling pretty good, aren't you?
This is the drive where we got down to 4th down here. I'm sure it'll be on here, but we had a decision to make whether to try to seal the game with a first down or kick the field goal and seal it that way too. So it was interesting. We had a lot of discussion on the headsets there. Great run by Cooper.
You can kind of talk about some things now if you want, but just kind of wanted to give people a little shine of what you guys did here.
Yeah, well, I mean, right there, obviously, our up front guys, we said, hey, we're going right at them right here, and actually the lead blocker on that play was Tyler Green, which tells you a lot about that kid. I mean, of course he wanted the ball in that situation, but we're like, no, let's put you up there and you're going to lead block on this play. So, and then we came out of this timeout here. We had that decision to make whether to go for it or kick the field goal, and Chris had just missed the PAT, and all the coaches were saying, let's go for it, and I said, no, he needs to redeem himself. So he did a great job here, great kick. He's been a great kicker for us all year, and I knew he could do it. So
that's fantastic to go back. I mean, sometimes obviously the kicker gets a lot of the flack, when people just watch football because they don't understand that there's got to be a good snap and a good hold also, and
absolutely.
good blocking. But, for you to go back to him and just, that shows you had faith in your guy.
No, I mean, he had been perfect on PATs all year until that very last PAT of the year, and he's just a junior, so he's gonna have some opportunities. He's a great kicker.
Hopefully he doesn't remember that one though.
Yeah. Obviously he had a quick memory loss there and made that. Obviously that sealed the game. That won the game right there for us. So
yeah,
that was huge.
We talked a little bit about the semifinal, against St. Thomas Aquinas, but how was Wichita Northwest and when you were going into your preparation for them?
Well, we knew they were going to be great. I mean, they were just they were very explosive offensively, and they were big and physical, and and it's always tough, honestly, when you don't face somebody throughout the season or haven't seen him before. It was the first time we had played each other. We saw him in the summer at camp, but it's a completely different situation.
Yeah.
And so it's just really, honestly, it's hard to tell, exactly what they're like, as far as tempo goes, as far as physicality goes, all that. And but we knew they were going to be really, really good, obviously. When you put up 80 in a semifinal game, you're going to be good.
I think we need to replay the Gatorade moment and have a true November day and not the warmth that we had.
Yeah,
it felt a little bit better that day.
That was still pretty chilly, honestly. That didn't get me that good, but it was still pretty chilly.
But that's always a Gatorade bath you're willing to take,
absolutely. Right? Absolutely. Love it. Honestly, the other two games, in 2015, it was so cold and it was raining and icy. If you remember that year, like all the state championship games, I remember 6A Derby talking to Brandon afterwards, and they played on a sheet of ice. We got lucky where it didn't ice as much down in Pittsburgh that year. So, but we had jumped out early in that game and really kind of had that game in hand early. So nothing ever really. I think it's so cold they were scared to, I guess, throw something on me. But and then in 16, it was a walk off. Kick the PAT and win the game. So we didn't have time to do it then.
Yeah.
So they actually had a chance to do it here. So it was cool. Like you said, you're always willing to take one of those in that situation for sure.
Yeah. I had obviously seen some of the scores from Wichita Northwest like you. I didn't really see much film on them throughout the year because we don't have common opponents or anything like that. But it's always, sometimes you look at those scores, you're like, man, how are they scoring 80? But then at the same time, it's like, well, what's the level of competition they're playing?
Yeah. Well, honestly, I think some of those teams were still pretty good teams, they were just so explosive offensively. They did a great job. And another unique thing that they had, I think they've played 4 teams twice this year.
Oh, wow.
And all their playoff opponents they had faced during the regular season.
Okay.
And so that made it very unique too, because it was hard to tell. It was really hard to tell exactly what they were like. And but we just kept telling our kids they're going to be really, really good. Obviously, you saw them this summer; they're going to be athletic, they're explosive. Defensively, they were very physical. But in the end, we just told them and said, hey, we're going to, again, focus on us and focus on our physical play, focus on the way we want to do things, and good things will happen.
That's great. You are a finalist for the Kansas City Chiefs Eric Driscoll Coach of the Year, so congratulations on that honor.
Thank you.
That'll be at the Simone's. They'll announce that. And,
yeah.
A member of our team that was out at a couple of your games, Tyler, that you've talked to a couple times throughout the year.
Yeah.
He feels like Cooper got snubbed a little bit there. Any words to that from you?
Well, you could always say that. At the same time, too, those are very quality, players that are on there too. So Cooper knows he's still going to have opportunities. So
yeah,
he keeps working hard. He's going to have some opportunities next year for sure. So
yeah, he is only a junior. So you got him back. You have a defensive end, right, that's coming back? Or defensive tackle?
D-tackle, yeah.
D-tackle.
We got a defensive end coming back, too, as well.
Okay.
Cole Knappen. But Ethan Kramer, our D-tackle, yeah, he's gotten a lot of postseason awards.
Okay.
He's up for the Buchanan Award, Simone Awards. So, and we return both of our corners. We've got 2 linebackers coming back out of the 3 that we played. And then we've got 2 of our safeties coming back as well, too. So we returned quite a bit. Returned 5 receivers that got experience this year. And Quinn Whitnauer, our running back, that played a little bit, that spared Tyler at times. And then 3 of our offensive linemen. So we're excited about next year. We got an opportunity, but the only thing the kids I think understand is it's just an opportunity right now. You've got to take advantage of that opportunity.
So for you as a coach, have you taken some time this week to kind of enjoy and reflect on this season, or are you already like, man, now we got to go defend this thing?
Yeah, well, a little bit of both. Honestly, you always got things to do to prepare. You also got a lot of things that come along with winning one of these things, which is a great problem to have. So we're just starting different things. We're gonna have some ceremonies or banquet, and the kids are gonna start with the ring stuff and stuff like that. So always fun stuff to do, but at the same time too. On the other hand, I'm still making sure I'm getting ready for what we need to be doing for next year.
Yeah, penciling guys in and thinking, okay, we lose this guy.
Yeah.
Who's going here and all those things, and the weight room that you talked
absolutely.
about.
Yep. Absolutely.
Keeping those guys in there and working hard.
The kids did a great job. Got after it this morning. They just did a tremendous job with it. So they're excited. For next year, and at the same time too, we want to keep celebrating this year with our seniors. As much as we can.
Yeah. So you are a K-State grad.
Yeah.
First year coach over there, climbing. Had a great year.
Yep.
How do you feel about that hire and kind of talk about K-State football a little bit?
Yeah, no, I think that was a perfect fit, honestly.
Yeah.
What he's done this first year is just outstanding. And I got a chance to talk to him when he came up here to the Greater Kansas City clinic, and he is just such a down-to-earth guy. I think he's going to kill it in recruiting because of that. I really do, especially in Kansas, where he needs to. And honestly, with KU, who they have there and the way they're doing with recruiting, they're doing an outstanding job too. So it's going to be interesting to see. But I really like K-State staff and what they're doing. It seems like they're doing a great job, and I think they're going to continue to build on that. It's going to be fun to see.
Well, Coach, you're talking about the K-State coach, KU coach, tough recruiting and stuff. At the Kansas City Sports Commission, you had Mahomes and you had those 2 guys. Those 2 guys were getting a lot of attention. Both of them were both of them knew how to work the room. Which you're right, it's going to be tough for the Kansas kids that are borderline if they want to stay in state to go which school they're going to go to.
Yeah, no, it will. Like I said, you can just tell, and we went over to the KU summer camp, and their staff is just I really like their staff a lot. They're great guys. You can tell they're excited. They're ready, they want to continue to build on the momentum they have going this year, and so I think they'll do a great job. But in the end, still got purple in my heart, so I'll always be rooting for them. But I've always said this though, if KU's good, that's great for our kids here in Kansas City as well too. So
it is.
it only helps. So I've never been one to root against them, I wouldn't say, but I'm always going to root for my Wildcats for sure.
Well, and that's the thing in Mizzou too. I mean, all sports in the area is good for the area. And,
absolutely.
I mean, if all teams are winning, you know what? If you own a retail business, your numbers are up, especially if it's a sports bar or a sports paraphernalia store. When Chiefs and Royals and everything's going, it's a fun town, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great town. And I always think back to that 2015 year. When the Royals won the World Series during that. And we were in that playoff run that year. And I just remember our kids being so excited about both things, and it was so much fun to be in this town at that point in time. I remember we were prepping for, I think, our first round of the playoffs when they had won it, and they were having the parade, and we got out of school that day. We had practice that morning. We let the kids go, down there. My wife took her our kids down there, and I just remember it was just such an exciting time for this town.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was my first year at Shawnee Mission East, and we were still in the playoffs then too.
Yeah.
So we had a practice again, like you said, that morning. There was no school, and so we did an early morning practice, and then let the kids go do the parade thing.
Yeah. And now that the Chiefs are back into the hunt of things, it's really fun to be. It's really fun. Hopefully the Royals can get back going too. It'll be a lot of fun to see.
Yeah.
It might take a little more time. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe
a little rough. Mizzou too. Mizzou lost to Southern Charleston or something the other night. I was like,
basketball.
I'm a Mizzou guy.
He's a Mizzou guy.
It'll be interesting to see who they hire football-wise.
Yeah,
It'll be interesting.
I'm curious about that too. It's not a bad job. We'll see who ends up.
I thought Barry Odom should have got another year personally.
Yeah.
But I understand too. At that level, it's big business.
Oh yeah,
so
no doubt.
If you're not filling seats, they're going to do something.
No doubt.
Coach, since you're not a Mizzou guy, the more romantic job, Arkansas or Mizzou?
I don't know, honestly. I went to Missouri's clinic last year, and they're doing a lot of stuff there. They're building that. I think it's the south end zone down there.
Yeah.
That looks really, really nice. I've never actually. I've been to Arkansas's campus. I've been around their stadium. I've never actually been in their stadium. Obviously they got a storied history, just like Mizzou does. But honestly, I don't know. I think both those jobs would be really good jobs. I know they're going to pay well.
Yeah, if either of them call, you're taking the phone call, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
So does this factor make your decision for you? LSU, Auburn, Alabama every year.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt.
Yeah,
no, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. That's a very good point. Very good point.
Well, yeah, say Arkansas plays it every year, right?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
Go to Missouri, having to play them
Mizzou.
every other year.
Yeah.
Mizzou.
Yeah, I don't know. Arkansas ended up with how many wins this year? Like 2?
2-9, 2-10, 2-10.
Mizzou still got 6.
Yeah, but they didn't play those 3 teams.
Yeah.
We lost to Wyoming, so.
Tennessee, Kentucky.
It was rough. Vandy. It was a little bit rough, so it's whatever. 6 wins. I don't know.
And I know you're a Cowboys fan too. We were talking a little bit about that before.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
where are you at on Jason Garrett?
I guess I've always said this. As a head coach, I never want to sit there and criticize a head coach. I know they're talented and they're not playing well. I'll just kind of leave it at that.
Okay. I mean,
He's a nice guy. Yeah. Gary's not as nice as you are.
I'm hashtag fire Jason Garrett. I have been for several years.
People on fire Jason Garrett for like 7 years.
Yeah, I don't think he can get it done. I think a lot of the things that you see when you watch them on TV, the way they play, way below their talent level, I think that's on the head coach.
Well,
when you come out unmotivated week after week, I think that's on your head coach.
Yeah. Well, I think one thing that they need to do is reestablish the run. And they really haven't done that.
No.
So
I mean, you got all those big offensive linemen, and you got one of the best running backs in all the NFL.
And Garrett's keeping his job because you guys are going to win the division.
Yeah, no kidding.
Philly loses to Miami. I was like, okay, I guess. Nobody are going to win by default.
Nobody wants to win that division right now.
Chiefs division is kind of the same way, really. Yeah. They can clinch it this week, so
they probably will.
Well, if the Arkansas and the Mizzou ADs are watching this, you just proved you know how to answer questions politically correct.
That's right.
Hire him.
But you said the wrong words. K-State.
Yeah. Well, I can't not.
It's all good.
You're out of the running now.
Purple.
You're out of the running now.
It's all good. All right. So one question we like to always ask our guests, especially everybody's Kansas City, what's favorite barbecue spot?
Well, honestly, Joe's probably my 8th grade son just begs me about every weekend to go to Joe's. You know,
Yeah.
I think we've only been there twice this year, but he absolutely loves Joe's, and I do too. It's a good place.